Well, Coffee Time friends, how y'all doing? It's Friday night. And y'all know Mama's off on her girls' night. Okay, I've got some buttermilk right over here. I turned it and slid over to the cold burner because it wasn't quite ready. So, but I did get my butter hot. First thing I want to do, making crab casserole tonight. Do y'all like crab casserole? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you think, I've never had that. Have you ever went to a Chinese buffet and they had that crab and the gooey creaminess and that cheese on top? I love that. One of my favorite things when I go. And y'all know Mama don't do nothing. Don't like no hot fish like this. She don't really want this crab or... And not just because it's imitation. I know some of y'all are out there, but I like it. You can use the real thing. You get the can. Last time I used this one, so why don't you just use it? I don't like it as good. I don't. So I'm going to put this imitation crab in this butter. It's getting warm. I'll see if it's ready. So that's what I'm going to do is just break this up and put it right in here. Now I like to do it this way and just serve it with pasta. And a little bit of olive oil, you know, maybe a hint of Italian seasoning or something. All that I really like. If you haven't tried this, it's imitation, but it's not imitation food. It's real fish, but it's good. I mean, if we eat the stuff we eat when we go through drive-thrus and we go out to eat and stuff, a little bit of this ain't gonna hurt us. Don't eat it every day. I know it's got this dye on it, but it's good. All right, enough justification for the crab. Okay, let me get me a spoon here. Now, I'm just gonna let that, you hear it going. All that's in there is butter too. Butter and my crab meat. Now, the recipe I originally seen for this, and here's what I used. The recipe I seen for this originally, you mix all this wonderful ingredients up and then put them in a casserole dish and then you bake it. And that's not what I want to do. Y'all know I like to unbake stuff. Meaning, I want to have, and I don't, what do you call it? Thread, the string my celery. Never have, unless the only way I have stringing celery is if I'm having celery stuffed something, like pimento cheese or something, then I'll string a little celery. But I'm just not going to string celery because I don't find it really matters. I think that maybe it's something people's mama's done. Maybe sometimes somebody said, you need to string that celery. Maybe somebody got some of that celery string caught between their teeth at a party and they were embarrassed. And they said, don't do that. That's not good. I don't know. We don't. I asked Mama about it. Mama said, no. Never really did do it unless we're having it for stuffed celery. But if you don't like it and your mama done it, then by all means do it, because if your mama done it, that's the way to do it. I'm a firm believer in that. So I'm going to read the recipe to you. Some of these don't have amounts. Some of these. Imitation crab. Get your package. Do it in some butter. Cook it in some butter. And I'm cooking this on, well, this is actually cooked on high. Get it good and hot, good and tender. A half of a cup of sour cream. Let me get that. Let me see if I got that. What if I don't have that one ingredient? Would that not be, like, not only do I have it, I have an extra. Sour cream. Half a cup of sour cream. Now this says 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Of course, y'all know I'm going to use Minute Maid, just because. Half a teaspoon of garlic. I'm using minced. A cup of shredded mozzarella. I'm just using a glob of fresh. I went to the big store, not the Walmart, Food City. Cheddar cheese, a cup of small diced celery, a half a cup of green onions, small diced, 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce, 1/4 block of cream cheese, and 3 tablespoons of Duke's mayonnaise. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run my celery and my green onion through this handy little mini chopper here. Celery kind of gets him all clumped up if you do too many without, you know, making some small. Because I want it really small. Because that's what I've had. I'm not going to worry about if it's fine enough yet because there's more to go. I think now that I've got it started and it knows what it's expected to do, I think it can handle all that. We will see, won't we? We're going to find out together. Like a dream. Some of y'all are going to say, where'd you get that little shredder, John? This is on Mama's Tupperware site. You can go in there and grab it. I'm going to really push my luck here. And I'm going to try to put these onions in here too. Just get it all together. This was just 2 small green onions. Two small green onions, and I want them finely diced. Smaller than I want to sit here on the chopping block tonight with. Give it a shake, shake. Oh my goodness. That should be jarred. That celery and green onion combo. You should put that in a jar. Somebody out there who's already jarring that stuff, go ahead and get that working up for us because we'd like to have that. It smells so good. It smells so good. You know, I told you Mama's moved this whole drawer around over here. So I had all my favorites in one area. Whether it was a spatula or a knife or whatever it was. And Mama's rearranged them all. And honestly, I can't find anything in any of her organization. She's got all spatulas. She's another all organized. Every once in a while I tell her, so you get bored, you organize my only drawer. I'm only allowed the one drawer in the whole kitchen. But that's okay. We miss Mama tonight. She's out and about. Her girls, they meet on Friday nights now. They've been doing it a couple of weeks, I think, before Mama got back with them. But she had other things we had to do, eye appointments, this and that. Now this crab, just like this, y'all can't see. This crab, just like this, is absolutely delicious. Just this crab cooked in this butter, browned just the least little bit, is absolutely delicious. Without a thing on it. And put it over a little bit of pasta. Can y'all see that? Ooh, it just dripped. I'm going to try a little bite of it. I'll tell you, it's the truth. How wonderful it is. You can go back in there. I'm just going to take a sample here. I'm going to let it cook. So here is your butter and your crab meat in 1/4 of a cup of sour cream. This is going to come together very quickly. I'm not putting in the in a casserole dish. I'm not going to bake it. I'm fixing it right in here. And I'm going to put it, I'm going to eat it right here. This is going to be good stuff. Let's try this crab. Folks, it is delicious. It is delicious. So, into our pan, I'm putting a half a cup of cream cheese. Okay. I'm putting in our celery and our onions, and I'm not worried about them going in any certain order because they are going to cook. As soon as they hit heat, and say that 3 times, they're going to start cooking because they're so finely chopped. Let's go down the list, John, because if you don't, you're going to mess up. Lemon juice. This says 1.5 tablespoons. I'm putting wherever that right there is. I don't want it has too lemony. A half a teaspoon of garlic. This is our garlic. I'm going to put a little bit of juice and that much garlic right there because it's very powerful. This says shredded mozzarella. Now, you all can do shredded mozzarella and it would taste wonderful. But I've got this fresh that I bought. I really thought it would call for fresh. The reason I picked up the fresh. But it didn't. So I'm just going to cut this up. Can y'all see? The fresh mozzarella is going in. So I'm just going to cut it up. Just so it'll melt quicker. Y'all ever use fresh mozzarella? It's delicious. I'm going to cut this down to about 6. I'm going to go ahead and stir it up. Get it started stirring. Okay. You can just pull mozzarella apart like this. You ever seen them make mozzarella? I didn't put on the apron either. I love to watch them make it. I like to watch them make any kind of cheese or butter. It's just like, how did they do that? I should have tried it. Oh, it's to perfection. I don't like to add anything into my dishes like this. Try it. What if it's sour or something? Which that's not. It's perfection. Here's a half a stalk of celery. And some green onion going in right now. Okay. So there is that, and that. Now I had some cream cheese laying here. This says 1/4 of a fourth of a block of cream cheese. Let's try that. We got the fresh mozzarella in there. I always hate opening cream cheese. Do y'all? I don't like opening any kind of cream packets. If you'll notice, the shredded, the cream cheese. Is it too much to ask to give us a little tab? I'm going to call that 1/4 of a block, maybe a little more. Maybe a little more. I'm not going to commit to it being more. I'm not going to put the cheddar in it. I've got a cup of diced celery, half a cup, which that would half a cup of green onions, but I don't want to overpower the onions. A tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Now, I think I may not have a tablespoon in here. I'm going to say probably didn't have. What do you think? What do y'all think? Was that a tablespoon? Was not a tablespoon. If it was, this one's getting a little bit more. Okay. Opening stuff on camera. I'm going to put about that much more, because I feel like I didn't have quite enough. Now let's give this all a good stir. A good, come on, get to know one another kind of stirs. Now I know in the restaurant, you know, they always this shredded crab. So mine's gonna look a little different, and mine is gonna be chunkier. But we do eat with our eyes, but we're not going for, let's make this look like it. This is a copycat. Let's make it taste like it. I like a good chunky crab like that. Let's see if I lost a bunch of people. Probably have, because you're like, he's cooking crab tonight. I'm not into that any more than Mama is. Now, Mama wouldn't have no part of this. None. She would say, nope. Nope, I don't want any of your hot mess there. So that's just cream cheese, and this says 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. 1, 2, 3 Tangy Dukes going in. 3 Tangy Dukes. That's it, believe it or not, folks. That's all the ingredients it calls us for. Now I cut this way down. I'm gonna turn it back up. Now look how pretty that is. Look how that's kind of long. And it don't have the cheddar cheese in it yet. What I'm going to do is let all this mix up good. Then I'm going to put the cheddar cheese in it. On top of it, rather. Now I'm sitting here debating. Now that I've read my recipe. I'm debating. It says 1/2 cup of green onions. I think just having 3 green onions may not fill the bill. Let's go ahead and get us a few more green onions. What do y'all say? I'm thinking 3 more. Let's give them a wash. Give them a wash. Well, did y'all see that? This can all be going back up here in a second. Don't want to get nothing in the garlic. Got your garbage bag. Y'all work with a garbage bag, garbage bowl, something. I have to have something while I'm cooking. Throw it in. Usually when I'm cooking, and y'all aren't here, I stand right there on that corner and do all my stuff. And I have a bag draped over the door on the other side. And I can just throw all this stuff in there, and it's so handy. Okay, let's do our onion real quick. Then we're going to chat for a minute. Now I'm going to go ahead. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, look at this. Cheese is coming off this bag. I'm going to go ahead and put my lid on there, just to ensure all that's going to melt together. Let's go ahead and fix these onions up right quick. Just going to cut that root end off. I'll do these a little different. Look how beautiful greens. I'm going to cut that off and just cut these up a time or two. I'm going to put them in here. This is when you read your recipe and you go, you know what, I don't think that was enough onion. What y'all been into today? I've been busy. I have run errands. I've been to the store, not the grocery store again. So that's all green onion right there. Oh my goodness, that smells like a spring day. I love. And in they go. We don't want to lose. This thing don't work as good as my Tupperware. And it's too big. But it'll work. I'm not going to complain. Let's quit complaining. In it goes. Are y'all ready for Labor Day? Do y'all realize some of y'all get a long weekend? Are you excited? Some of y'all are probably on vacation. Let's just give these a nice little cut like this. Because I want to see them. That looks really white and beautiful. Look at it. See there? But let's throw these green onions in there to make it really pop. Make it really pop. This is going to make it taste good, look good.
This is a reminder.
It'll do it all. Okay. Into the pot it goes. Oh, it already looks better. It already looks beautiful. You know, we do eat with our eyes. Take you back over to the pot. Look at that. Don't that look pretty? This is that crab casserole that you probably get at your local Chinese restaurants, I guess. It's on the buffet at mine. It's on the buffet at most of them, actually. Now, it's cooked. Y'all seen us cook it. So I don't see any reason to mix this up and then put it out into a casserole dish and do all that stuff. It's ready, folks, but we're going to do a few more things. We're going to put our cheddar. Oh, you can't even get the spoon out of the cheese. Let's sample, just for quality control. What can I say? Spot on. It tastes like my Chinese restaurant's crab casserole. I've been getting it for years, and I always wonder what they put in that. That was empty. Wonder what they put in that. It is so good. Now we all know. It just hit me the other day when I made something else with crab. I don't even remember what I made. Well, you all, can you all remember? And I thought, I can make that crab casserole I love so good. And turns out I was right. I can. And you can too now. What a wonderful little treat. Do you go there just for that? Now you can stay home and make it if you want to. And I know, maybe you don't want to stay home, that's fine. But this would be a great option if you want to. At least you have the option now. You can say, I know how to make that. Let's go right over here. I can't even get the spoon now. Look. I can't believe how wonderful. Look at that. I'm not going to go too far with my spoon. So I'm going to take this cheese right here. Now this is the way they serve it at my restaurant. When it's on the buffet, it's always got beautiful cheddar cheese on it. The reason I didn't put the cheddar in it. Always got, yeah, did you see me? I should have dumped the whole thing to start with. Okay, it's always got a layer of beautiful cheddar cheese on it. And then I'm guessing, I don't know, that it has some beautiful parsley layered on top of it, because there's something. There's something on it. Maybe green onions. The parsley sure ain't gonna hurt it. I'm gonna put the lid on it and let it kind of simmer out there. I'm just gonna lay this right here. It's gonna make a little mess. This is just gonna have to make a mess. I think it's something, this would be something Mama would like if it didn't have fish in it or she didn't know it had fish in it. Sometimes it's knowing what's in it that makes people not like it. But it is very tasty. I'm thinking maybe if I didn't have the crab in it and I just done maybe shell noodles, shell pasta, Mama might like that. And that would be good too. I'm not really sure. Sometimes I know exactly what she will try. And sometimes she will try something different or try something, you know, was it red cayenne pepper she tried? Oh no, she puts the red cayenne pepper in her honey mustard and likes it. But she doesn't like it in anything I fix because she says it's hot. But if I slip it in there sometimes and I tell her I'm putting just a little, then she's okay with it. You know, telling my mother's son, I gotta clean this mess up as I go. Okay. Okay. I believe that's gonna melt beautifully. It already is. It already is. I got my coffee. See what y'all are saying. Someone's bugging y'all. John, please get rid of Leonard. Leonard, are you bothering these women? Now, Leonard, I'm going to tell you, you would be welcome to stay, but you may not even be real. You're probably a bot. But if you aggravate people and you start telling them, you have the most beautiful profile I've ever seen in my entire life, please send me a friend request. Well, Leonard, if they wanted you, they will friend request you. Don't ask. Don't be so desperate, Leonard. And that goes for all you other people. Here's another little thing I've noticed. A lot of them have names like Mark, John, Mark, Paul, Steve. They have double first names because they don't know about surnames like we do. They don't have the same concept going there. But they're bots. As long as you don't click on a link or get involved with them, you'll be fine. Just ignore them. All right, folks, that's beautiful. Now that is crab casserole, unbaked. I'm not baking it. I'm not putting it in the oven for 20 minutes and all that. I'm going to turn him off because he's definitely done. I'm going to plate him up. Now I want you to watch this plating because this is so wonderful, delicious. And look at this, just look at this, look at this. That would make a cheese commercial somewhere. It's still boiling even though I've got it off. It's got that fresh mozzarella in there. Plenty of good, chunky, thick crab. I know I got a messy plate. I won't have y'all going out and talking about me. My mama wouldn't like that. She'd say, now look at that messy plate. You clean that plate up before you send that out there. Folks, that's just like downtown. You know, I'm going to slide this over here. It's still boiling. I think it's through. That's just like downtown. Let's bless it and eat it. You aren't sitting in your regular seat for some reason. Something. All right, let's bless our meal. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this meal. We thank you for your blessings, dear Lord. We just pray that you will nourish our bodies with it, dear Lord, and dear Lord, all the hurt and all the problems going on in the world, dear Lord, and those who have faced storms, and just take care of it all, dear Lord. We pray for a hedge protection around all of our children and all the situations going on in this world. Dear Lord, be with each and every prayer request and each and every need in this group, dear Lord, and we just pray that you'll always bless us. In your precious name we pray. Amen. Okay, folks, get a good close-up of this. Can y'all see? Can we do a flyover? I want y'all to really enjoy this. Now that is beautiful. And to me, it looks very much what I'm used to getting. Let's do a little taste test. Do a little taste test. I could have fixed this if Mama were here. And I could have fixed her something else. She would like this with chicken. I could have fixed two things and done chicken. But I don't like to fix anything she won't eat. And I was afraid she might smell the meat, the fish, and not like it. There it is, folks. Here's the big drum roll. And I'll tell you the truth. Even though I think it looks delicious, smells delicious, this is the real test. I tasted it before I go and it's not changed a bit. It's delicious. If you like crab, you like what you get when you go out to a Chinese restaurant or on the Chinese buffets. You're going to love this. You're going to be making it often. The meat is cheap. The mozzarella cheese, I don't know what it was. It was fresh mozzarella, but you can get mozzarella. You could use spag. There's nothing in it that you probably don't have in your pantry right now. Cream cheese, mozzarella cheese, cheddar cheese. I mean, it's just delicious. Let's read over the recipe one more time because somebody's going to say, John, I just got here. Will you tell me the recipe? So I used a package of imitation crab, 1/4 of a cup of sour cream. Y'all see me put it in there, just a 1/4 of a cup. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic. I use minced. 1 cup of shredded mozzarella. I use fresh. 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I just poured over the rest of my bag and put it on top. 1 cup of small diced celery, 1/2 cup of green onions, chopped fine, 1 teaspoon Worcestershire sauce, 1/4 block of cream cheese, 3 tablespoons of mayo. Now, that's not complicated, and I can tell you it's delicious. You could serve this over pasta. There's no need. Folks, this is just like downtown. This is just like going out in a restaurant and paying $20 for it. You've not got $20 in the whole meal though. And as you can see, there's enough there for 4 more people. Now, let's chat. See what y'all are saying. Oh, I stuck it. I must have got out in the moisture. My hair's showing. I cannot eat cheese. Well, you wouldn't be able to do this one. Who was saying? Judith. This one's got a lot of cheese, a lot of dairy in it. Janet. Looks delicious. Sheila, it is very good. Do y'all like this when you go out? Hello from Brooklyn, New York. Brian, you have some great cooks in Brooklyn. I think it would be good over rice. It would be. Helen, you could put this over pasta or rice. You're making me hungry, Sandra. I know. I know, it's so good. Gina said, where did Mama go? Mama's group is back together. Some of them had been sick, some wasn't feeling as well. But it's a little group of ladies that she has known for several years now. And they just took her into their group. They travel together. It's the same group that pre-COVID. Some of y'all have been here long enough to remember. She used to go every Monday during the day, and they played Phase 10. And I would tease her about her card day. And what they do is they all bring a little gift, $2 gift, and whoever wins gets to pick something off the gift table. And but anyway, they had suspended during COVID, of course. And then after COVID, they tried to get back together monthly or so. But just a couple of weeks ago, they decided they'd start doing Friday nights, girls hang out. And I love it. I aggravate her about it, and I tell her she's not here with us, and she's just, that's just all in fun. I am so thankful. I truly am thankful that my mama has a group of friends at her age. She's 75. You know, a lot of 75-year-olds don't have a group they can still run with. I'm so glad she does, and I'm glad it's good Christian women. They have good Christian fun. It's a good environment, and it gives her something to look forward to all week. Now, she's been running around here all week, planning for tonight, planning. We're having, if you're local, our church is having, now the yard sale's not for us, but several people are going to be set up at our church in the yard. And we're going to be selling food, which is for the church. And we're going to have hot dogs and chips and pop and baked goods. And Mama's going to make her no-bake cookies. I'll try to film that if she was letting me. Depends on if she's combed her hair when she gets ready to make them. And we're going to have just old-fashioned bake sale. And that'll be tomorrow morning. We're having there's the little community is Indian Mountain community where Indian Mountain State Park is. And so they're all going to be putting out yard sales. I drove over that way when I came back from the store a while ago, and there was tons of yard sale signs and people already out and doing it. It's just a wonderful community thing. And really, because it happens on Labor Day weekend, it's sort of like the announcement that fall is here, time for the yard sales. And it's just a great little opportunity. It's September. This is one of the Burr months, folks. I love the Burr months. The Burr months are exciting months. You may not like the weather, but the weather, I don't know where you live, but the weather here is not terrible. And it's going to be a great Burr month season. You've got September full of fall things and all that stuff. Then you got October, which y'all know that's pumpkins and all things fall and spicy. And then you've got November, Thanksgiving. What a wonderful month. Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday. I love them all, but I really like Thanksgiving. And then you got Christmas in December. New Year's in January. I didn't change much in this recipe. What I read to you is pretty much what I did. And I wouldn't change anything in it. It's very good. It's delicious. I think you'll like it, especially if you've already tried it and you think, boy, I sure do like that. This tastes just like it to me. I'll tell you tomorrow how well it leaves over. If it makes good leftovers. I'm assuming it will. My favorite time of the year is the Burr months. Melissa, I'm with you 100%. Love what you and Mama do, John. Well, thank you, Chris. John, gonna make the crab dish. Looks delicious. Patty, if you like it, you're gonna love this. It's so good. Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. Oh, Lori, how are you? Hi, Nancy. It is football time. Who said that? Karen? It's football here, Tennessee. Football time is a special time of year. We're going to do, tomorrow I'm going to try to do, I have my plans on a pasta salad with some fresh veggies. And that's always good for tailgating, or for a lot of times around here, people have got the TVs you can have outside, and they'll have them in their carport, their garage. I guess that we tailgate at ball games, but around here it's mostly fire pits and garages and carports, and people get out there and watch the games and they enjoy it. But there's some really good snacky treats, like little Smokies with barbecue sauce, with grape jelly and mustard. All those good little football-y, snacky, good for Christmas, New Year's, and football. You know, those kind of things. So those are all good. But tomorrow, Lord willing, I might pull together a pasta salad. If not, I'll pull it together Sunday. That'd be good for Labor Day weekend, for football. It's good for any time. This right here would be good. And I'll tell you some things you could do to it. You could take this same dish and shred your crab up and make a crab dip and serve it with pita points. The little, you can buy them, I think, but you get the pita and it's in the, it comes like Townhouse crackers. And they're good, and they're good for dip. I think I have some. So like you could eat this for supper tonight. You could really blend it up tomorrow, make it into a dip, and have crab dip on your buffet for your football game. This is not a one thing. This you could use for different things. But look how good. Now I cooked the crab in butter. It was completely cooked, which you can eat it uncooked, but this was cooked in warm butter. Made it wonderful. Before I started, when I said I put a pack of crab, I started with butter and I cooked the crab for about 5 minutes. Delicious. Is Mom decorating for Christmas? Yeah. No. Joe, usually her signal for let's get to decorate for Christmas is Halloween. So by the end of October, she starts. Her goal used to be have all of her Christmas up by Thanksgiving. And she works toward that every year. That's her goal. But she puts up so many trees. Y'all been here for the past 2 or 3 years. You've seen her trees. And I'm guilty of probably enabling her or encouraging her, because I just bought her a new Christmas tree the other day. I seen it on here. I don't know if y'all watch Barb, they call her, on the shabby tree. She was, as I was going through, she popped up and she was showing this antique looking, real looking, live looking tree. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's a beautiful tree. And Mama had said last year, we've got one that looks pretty real. And she said, I'd like to have another real one. And we're having the back porch built on. And the back porch is enclosed. So we've got the windows we can open if we want the fresh air, but we can use it all year round. And it's going to have a gas fireplace. And we was going to go with a real fireplace. But the more I researched that, and the more I remembered when I had a real one, I thought there's a lot of work in that. And then until you have to tend to it. You can't just turn it off and go to bed. You have to let it die down. You have to make sure it's not going to draw after the fire goes out, the flue, I mean. So there's a lot more work to it. But I knew Mama would really enjoy having an antique looking real tree. And it was reasonably priced. It was on sale that day. It was during Prime days. And I thought, okay, I'm going to get her that. So I didn't tell her. So when it comes, she says, what in the world is in that huge box? I said, oh no, Mama, what could it be? And she said, they didn't have any indication on the outside of it. And I said, I don't know, Mama, what could it be? Well, I have no idea. That thing's huge. It was like 6 foot tall. And so I told her, I said, well, we could open it, or we could wait till the end of October because it's a Christmas tree. And I showed her online, and she's, oh, that's so pretty. So she was tickled to death with it. So I don't know if she'll put up an extra one or just retire one of her old ones and just use that one. And what I liked about it is it's smaller around, so it don't take as much to cover it, but it's beautiful, and it's got the limbs that come out. You probably have seen it. Absolutely love fall and winter. Yeah. Tina, I do too. I think I froze y'all up. Sometimes if I stop to read at one, it freezes up. Yummy dillweed. And don't forget, in here, my recipe didn't call for dillweed, but I can see how a touch of dill wouldn't hurt it. That looks like it would be good over tortilla chips. It would be if you shredded this crab up. See, I just kind of left it like it was and pulled it apart. If you shredded all that up, or you could just dip it, and you'd have more of a consistent dip, that would be a good dip for tortillas. Be very good, in fact. I mean, I would definitely have nachos and nacho cheese and salsa, but I would have this on the side for people who like a little something different. Used to every Christmas, I made all the traditional cheese balls. We would have the hot pepper cheese ball, the ranch cheese ball, the tomato basil herb cheese ball, and then I made a salmon cheese ball. And people would say, salmon? And some people go, salmon? You could tell it on their face and their reaction when you told them what it was or they seen the card, whether they was going to like it or not. And it always got eaten by somebody. So sometimes those little different things is good to have at your parties. I have one. What do you, Lisa? You have one of those trees. If you've got one, you know how pretty it was. No, Mama tonight. John and Momma's out partying. She's not girls' night out. We're gonna have to come up with something to do on Friday nights. I don't know how long they'll have it. I hope they get a habit from going. Hey, John and Momma. Hey, Mary. Mama will watch the video. For one thing, she's going to see what I did. For another thing, she's going to see if I talk bad about her. Did you talk bad about me? That's usually one of the things she says. Did you talk bad about me? I said, like a dog, Mama. But you know what? I love dogs. And she just laughs. But she'll watch and she'll say, well, that crab looked okay, but I'm glad I wasn't here. Maybe that's what we could do on Friday nights, is make what Mama wouldn't eat. Anything fish, anything spicy. This is so filling, and it tastes so good. But I am full just eating this little bit because it's so chock full of stuff. I mean, you're talking crab. I kept playing around with it, and I've got it too big to eat. It's so chock full. And you got cream cheese. Let's count the cheeses. Cream cheese, mozzarella cheese, cheddar cheese, sour cream. Not a lot of everything. A fourth of a block of cream cheese, so it's not a whole block. That one little thing of mozzarella, and whatever's in the bag I put on the top of that. But it's so good. Yeah, and I agree with the ones who said rice and pasta. It would be good over either one. Some of y'all might even like this on a sub, and drizzle you some kind of seasoning sauce over it and eat it like a sandwich, because it's got your cheese, it's got your crab, it's got all those things. So the crab rolls, y'all know what I'm talking about. Because it's got onions in it. Mayonnaise is even in there. Use some good mayonnaise, because I can taste that tangy, zippy dukes in there. Mm-hmm. We miss Mama when she ain't here. But it gives her a chance to get out and about. I like the crab. I think that's what you were saying. Call it Spicy Seafood Friday. That would be good. Spicy Seafood Friday. I wonder if I can come up with enough recipes for seafood. I don't like all seafood, but I like some. Our biggest problem here, and this is probably a lot of y'all's problem, but some of y'all live where you have access to fresh seafood in your grocer's deli. Our state lot don't have that. So, like, my nearest 30 plus miles would be where I could get fresh seafood at a Kroger or a Food City or somewhere like that. So getting that fresh seafood and having it, you know, fresh and ready to go, that's our obstacle here. Or I would do more shrimp. I love shrimp. Started to pick up shrimp yesterday. I thought you got to drive all the way home. And I thought if you brought ice, I would have. Which I could have bought ice and get a cooler. I need to prep when I'm going for seafood or something like that. Yes, Miss Mama, but love to hear you talk. Oh, well, thank you, Bobby. Y'all, a lot of people showed up tonight. I was afraid there'd only be like 3 of us. Y'all heard Mama wasn't going to come. I said, well, Mama, there'll be about 3 or 4 people show up. You know, because we know y'all come for Mama, and I'm so glad you do. Nothing pleases me more than knowing y'all love my Mama. And y'all do. You tell her all the time. You lift her up. And as long as you're loving on my Mama, I'm tickled to death. And she said, oh, there'll be people there. I said, I know, but sometimes they just put up with me. She laughed. Mama and I go on all the time, and don't anyone ever think that anything we go on with is serious. We're all the time just joking. And this is 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day. What does she do? Something she did yesterday. And I said, Mama, why didn't you, it was something she was going to do. I said, why didn't you do that? You had one job to do, and you didn't do it. And she said, okay, if that's my one job, it's all I'm doing from now on. She doesn't like it. We carry on like that all the time. She'll tell me the same thing. You had one job to do, and you messed it up. That's just a funny thing. That's just funny. It's not disrespect either way. And Mama is strict. And Mama don't want anybody in her kitchen. Now, she can act like, oh, I don't care. It's that southern sweetness that makes her say that. But really and truly, she's like, no, stay in my kitchen. I don't want nobody in my kitchen when I'm cooking. And a lot of times people say, John, quit getting Mama to do everything. I don't get Mama to do things. Mama is like a jackrabbit. First of all, she can look and see and say, you need this, you need that. And she definitely goes and takes care of that. But if I say, and sometimes I don't say, but I'll say, I'm going to get if I say, like, I'm going to get a cutting board. I'll get it. You don't leave the camera, because she don't be in front of the camera by herself. She loves y'all. She's not as camera shy as she once was. And as long as I'm here, she don't care a bit to sit right here and enjoy it. Someone called me the other night and said, John does that, what was this? John does that show, Mama don't really want to be there. And I just laugh when I see those. Because I can guarantee you, 100%, she loves being here. And this is her hobby. Her thing is coffee time. And if you don't believe me, ask people. She's all the time looking for recipes. She's all the time buying stuff and saying, we'll do that for coffee time. She loves being here. But she just wants to be here. She don't want to have to be in front of the camera, you know, even with her Tupperware. Now, if you come here, she'll tell you all about it. But when we get on here, she's, I'm afraid I'll say the wrong thing, or say quarts and it's pints, or give them misinformation, or tell them. I said, Mom, I do it all the time. She said, but you always, I said, no, I don't. I mess up on stuff, and I keep a little cheat sheet over here. You just talk, and I'll just sit here. I said, okay. So we do whatever she wants to do. But she's a wonderful, Mama's so giving, and so so wonderful. She really is. And so anything I can do to make her happy, anything I hear her say. She said the other day something she wanted, and I thought, well, I'll have to try to get that for her. Because she wants so little. If I grasp a hold of an opportunity to get something, I'm going to get it. Because you ask, I don't need a thing. The Lord has blessed me more than I deserve, and I don't need a thing. Don't get me nothing. I don't need a thing. And I said, Mom, it's not about need. What do you want? I don't want a thing. I've got everything I want. I got what I want. I've got food to eat. I've got shelter. I've got a good place to sleep. I don't care. Don't waste no money on me. Okay. So if we're listening and I hear her say, I'd like to have such enough, I try to do that because she's never going to ask for anything like that. She loves to be with people just like tonight. She loves to go. She's got a trip planned. She was talking about it today. She keeps these events going, and it keeps her busy, and it keeps her wanting to do more and more. And I love that. I just love it. I just love the fact that she's into all the things she's into, and she's getting out and going and enjoying life. Live it all. And her favorite things say, live and laugh and enjoy yourself. And I try to subscribe to Mama's theories. And I try to, even on hard days at work where you're like, oh, when is it ever going to be over? You have those days. Everybody does. I don't care if you're testing pies in a pie factory. I'm sure there's a run of pies comes there once in a while you don't want to taste. But still, try to find a little something to make you smile, to make it worthwhile, to enjoy your day. Because days are so few, and we need to enjoy them. And some of y'all out there, I don't know, I get comments sometimes when people say stuff, and people say, things that make me feel like they're putting themselves down, or they don't feel important, or they don't feel worth anything. Are you kidding me? The God of the universe took time to make you individually. There's just one you. Now, why would he have wasted time? God makes no mistakes. So why would he have made you, designed you, brought you here, and left you here for this long time? So many people have passed on, but you're here. So you're important. You're special. You're perfectly designed by the author and the creator of this beautiful universe. The same person who made the mountains and the ocean and paints the sunsets and wakes us up each morning with a beautiful sunrise, made the birds, made the sunflowers and the roses. The same God who made roses, he designed you. So you're special. Don't ever forget that. And don't let anybody tell you any different. And if you're running around with somebody who's telling you different, distance yourself from that person. They're not your friend. If anybody tells you you're not worthy, you're not perfectly made, designed by a loving Father, you need to start thinking about your relationship with that person. And I'm not giving relationship advice. I'm giving my thoughts on who you are and who we are and how so many people don't value themselves. When I hear of people taking their lives and I hear people, I'm thinking, why couldn't somebody have just told them that they're loved? Why couldn't somebody have just been there? So if you don't get nothing else out of coffee time, take away that we're praying for you. We think you're special. We love each and every one of you, and we want each and every one of you to think well of yourself. And we want everybody to be happy. And we want to take these moments of comfort time. Just step outside of any kind of controversies and problems you may be having, however serious they may be. If you can just take a moment or two and tune in here and laugh and talk and cut up with me and Mama, fix food, just sit here and talk, break beans, make jelly. Just take that moment. Just take that moment and escape. Escape from all the troubles that you have in the world. Push them aside. Because you deserve it. You're special. Folks, I'm going to leave you with that tonight. And I'm going to say, Mama will be home. It's 8 o'clock. She's going to stay out all night. I'm going to have to call her and say, it's 8 o'clock. Your curfew's up. It's summertime still, so it's still daylight. She better be home time when the street lights come on. How many of y'all heard that when you was a kid? When the street lights come on, you better be in this house. How many had a street light curfew? Raise your hand. I see your hands going up all over out there. I had a street light curfew. And I remember being a kid playing hide and go seek, and it didn't matter if we went back out. It didn't matter if we all came in, checked in at street light time, and then we would say, can we go back out and play? And somebody would say, yeah, go on, and I'll sit on the porch and watch you, but don't just get out of the yard now. You're in the yard. And that's where we would stay, in the yard. Even though it was dark, even though it might be 9:30 before we all wrapped it up and came on in. But we had to check in when them streetlights come up. Because at dark, Mama wanted to know where you was. And you better be reporting in. And we did. And then we got, our distance got a little shortened by just being in the yard, right here in the front where we can see you kind of thing. But it was a good time. Being a kid, growing up, and having a streetlight curfew. Y'all have a blessed night and enjoy the evening. This is the beginning of the weekend. And in my opinion, Friday nights are usually the best part of the weekend. Because you got tomorrow to look forward to. And it's just a good long weekend this weekend. So enjoy yourselves. Make some memories with your family. Do something good. Find you something good to eat. Some of y'all are going to picnic. Some of y'all may be doing other things this weekend. Whatever you do, be safe. And we'll catch you back here, Lord willing. And if you're off on an adventure, catch us on the replay. Lord willing, we're planning on being here tomorrow and Sunday and Monday, right on through. So you all have a blessed night. And as Mama would say, good night, y'all. Have a good one. Bye-bye.